Hi, beautiful people, living greater, yay! So I've been sharing what I call a little marathon in this last week of 2017, just giving you some of my heart, some of my thoughts that I'm using to help shift into 2018, and I don't want to be selfish with it, so I'm offering it to you as well. So some thoughts, some affirmative statements, some considerations to help you have more ownership of who you are in 2018, to have more ownership of what it means to create the life that you've been ordained to have, ordained to experience, to have the impact in life that you've been ordained to have. I'm constantly of the mindset that in this life, in this time that we have on earth, it is designed for us to enjoy the beauty of our existence here, but that to whom much is given, much is required, and that we have an opportunity to also give out and impact the spaces around us. And that is how humanity thrives. That is how we heal, how we deliver and experience deliverance, because we contribute to our human condition. And so you have the opportunity to do that, to be a part of your own healing and deliverance, and then to share and push that out. So today, if you scroll through the Facebook post, you'll see some other little topics that I share with. But today, the topic that I want to share on is relationships. Yep. You know, we all have something to say about relationships, because it is the core of our existence. How we communicate, how we build community, whether that's two people, a family, an organization, or a nation. How do we commune? And so it is the core of our human existence, as we coexist and try to coexist, right? And so I could talk about those different layers of communion, but the one that I want to talk about, of course, is the intimate relationship. And so I just want to throw some nuggets out there. I'm not saying I'm the end all be all in terms of my thought processes on it, but the healings that I've experienced in that area, I want to share it with you, because you could benefit from it. So when we talk about arranged relationships or arranged marriages, we tend to think that that is a concept that's for non-Westerners. If you are, from an Eastern culture where it is dictated before you are 5 years old that this is the person that you're going to marry, we always think of that as a non-Western concept. But in our Western cultural experience, we have arranged marriages. So you are expected to be with somebody who is alike. And it might be because you're expected to be with someone who has a shared religion, a shared cultural appreciation. And we know research tells us that these types of sharings are good. They're healthy. But when it is dictated to you, and you have to follow that script. I mentioned in the post yesterday that we're living our lives by scripts versus being a designer original. Well, that carries over into relationships, because in many relationships, we're expected to be connected based on certain scripts. And if it doesn't fit, they don't look right together. I don't think they're going to make it, because. And we have all of these prescriptions about why we think you ought to be with a certain person. And many of us have lived our lives picking people based on these prearranged concepts. And I want to encourage you to deliver yourself in 2018 and let love flow. Let love flow. And back away from some of the prescriptions that have been mandated. In the church culture that I grew up in, we called it being equally yoked. You got to be equally yoked. Well, that ain't worked out so good for a whole lot of people. The divorce rate in many evangelical churches is higher than it is outside of evangelical churches, depending on what stats you look at. So being equally yoked, I think you need to probably take a minute to redefine what that is. It's not equally yoked just because you guys, go to the same church or you visit the same synagogue. There has to be more. More has to be said about what does it mean to have a good partnership. And what does it mean to really be equally yoked? And so we've tried that. And for a lot of us, how did it work? It didn't work. because there are a lot of prescriptions that came with that. And so I'm encouraging you to deliver yourself from some of those prescriptions. Yes, use wisdom. Have some wisdom. I talk about when you meet folks, it's okay to do a little research. It's okay to do a little research. No harm in doing some research. And so I'm not saying throw all wisdom out. I'm saying be open to letting love flow. And love might not look like you thought it should look. It might not come in the same package that you think it's coming in. So make sure you free yourself, because love might come to you in a completely different package than what you thought was prescribed. And so be open and let love flow. Otherwise, you will live in a bureaucracy of love. And love should not be based on bureaucracies. Boy, that, I think in the coming days, I'm going to use that, talk about some other stuff that's going on. But anyways, in terms of the bureaucracy of love, you free yourself, allow yourself to let love flow a little bit more, a lot more. All right. So anyways, that's a little bit of what I wanted to share with you today. Otherwise, if you don't have some new thoughts about it, you'll create the same old pattern. So, as the saying goes, you do the same thing, you get the same results. You want to experience something different, you want some different results, you got to try some different things. So you can always use a little wisdom. But free yourself from the bureaucracy of arranged relationships, arranged marriages, the bureaucracy of love. What's good for somebody else might not be good for you. So be open, let love flow, and let it come to you the way that it needs to come. And that might not necessarily be because they came from the same type of family you came from. It might not have even come from the same, I know, it's controversial, might not have even come from the same exact religion that you came from. Be open, let love flow. Yes, you need some shared experiences. But if what you've done, if what your mother did, your father did, all of your aunts and all of your uncles and all of your cousins, if all of y'all have done the same thing, and more than half of you are yet divorced, I say try a different recipe. That's what I say. All right, everybody, getting ready for 2018. Let love flow. All right, take care, and welcome to Greater. You can always see some of my other projects at GreaterLovesYou.com and DavinaJones.com. All right, be great on purpose.